Serena and welcome back to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe so that I know you guys love my content. And if you haven't had a chance to watch some of my other videos, please go ahead and check them out after watching this one. Thank you. So let's get started. Today I'm going to be telling you guys 5 ways you can survive an unemployment crisis like the one we're in today. These 5 tips are not just applicable for the COVID-19 crisis, but they're applicable for any unemployment crisis we may face in the future. And we will face many of them as we go through life. I remember we had one back in 2008, now we have one in 2020. We might have an unemployment crisis every 20 years, and it's our job to prepare ourselves for that crisis. Number 1. Reduce any unnecessary expenses. Reducing any unnecessary expenses will allow you to save on monthly costs, allowing you not to go into debt or lose any of your assets during an unemployment period. Start off by canceling any unnecessary subscriptions. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, BoxyCharm, any monthly subscriptions. Cancel those if you don't necessarily need them. Call your phone and cable provider and try to reduce your bill or cancel altogether as well. Save money on food. Don't eat out. Buy with coupons. Buy foods at a low cost that will last you a long time. And lastly, most importantly, save on entertainment costs. Don't go out to eat every weekend. Don't go to clubs. Don't go to concerts. Sit at home and do things that aren't going to cost you any money and are also going to increase your knowledge. Sit at home, watch YouTube videos like this one that's going to help you become more financially stable. Read a book, learn a new skill, take a course. Instead of spending money on frivolous things that aren't going to do anything for your future, sit at home and do things for free that are going to advance you to the next level of your life after the unemployment crisis is over. Number 2, make sure you're absolutely not getting yourself into any sort of debt, because if you're unemployed, you are not going to be able to pay off that debt, and even if you do become employed after, you're going to be facing a struggle for many years to come. If you get yourself into debt during an unemployment crisis and it continues, you may lose your home. Many homes go into foreclosure during an unemployment crisis. You don't want to be one of them. So make sure you make a budget for yourself, map out all your expenses, see which ones you can reduce, make weekly or monthly budgets. I myself, I've always done a monthly one, but I'm actually thinking about doing a weekly one to even cut it down even further and make it even more precise and specific. And lastly, create allowances for yourself. Create an allowance that is an emergency fund, an allowance that you think is suitable if anything were to happen. And you can build that up quickly. You can build up a quick $1,000 allowance for yourself over a few month period. Make sure you have this allowance because emergency expensive, like medical bills, your car breaking down, your home flooding, these things do come up, and we need to have a little bit of extra cash to cover them so we don't go into debt even further during an already unstable financial time. Number 3, reach out to credit crisis helplines. If you're already in debt, take control of it. That's the only thing you can do when it comes to debt. You can't ignore it. You ignore it, it's going to build up, build up, build up, and it's going to lead you to bankruptcy, and there's nothing coming back. There's no way you're going to come back from bankruptcy. I'm telling you that right now. So if you're having a hard time managing your debts, reach out to a credit crisis help center to get everything on a roll so you can better manage it and avoid that bankruptcy. Here's a list of some credit counseling societies. I will leave them down in the description for anyone who needs to take a look at their websites and try to get in contact with them. They include Credit Counseling Society, Consumer Protection of British Columbia, Consumer Credit Counseling, Canada Debt Helping United, and Credit Counseling. These are some great resources for you to go and get help and get your debt under control before it gets to a point where there's no coming back from it. Number 4, during an unemployment crisis or during any time, you need to develop an individual financial development plan for yourself. And you need to set out certain goals monthly, yearly, 5 years, 10 years for yourself, whether that may be creating an emergency fund, buying your first home, paying off certain debts. You need to really sit down and categorize your expenses, categorize the luxuries, categorize all your finances, and figure out what the steps are for you to reach your financial goals. Financial goals are like any other goals. You need to set them to be able to achieve them. So the best thing you can do for yourself, especially in an unemployment crisis, is sit down, make realistic goals, and figure out a map to reach those goals. For me, my map currently is to save up to purchase a home. It's to save $1,000 a month to purchase my first home. That's going to be tough for me. That means no going out. That means maybe not many vacations for a long time. That means, no luxury items. But that's all right, because I know once I get to that financial goal, I can have those things, plus I'm financially healthy as well, instead of having all those things and being financially unhealthy at the same time. We never want to be like that. 5, have family business meetings. So, I actually learned this from a very affluent family in my area. And when I say affluent, I mean the big B. Billions, not millions, billions. And what they do is they have financial business meetings with their family. And they said, not only did this cause us to become more financially healthy, it also caused our children to become extremely successful. This is perfect. I've never heard of this before, but I'm implementing it right away. Whether you have a family of 2 or 10, you guys need to sit down and everybody needs to lay their finances out. This is what we make. This is what we spend. This is what we own. And everybody needs to be accountable for each other. Whether you have kids that are 5 years old, you have kids that are 25 years old, you have no kids at all. You need to sit down and you guys need to map everything out as a family, because this will make you more responsible. This will teach your children the value of money, because they don't think things just come out of the air. Mommy and daddy purchase things left, right, and center, easily. It lets them know the effort it takes, and it also teaches them financial skills at an early age. I am 100% doing this myself. I don't have children of my own, but I am sitting down with my family and being like, listen, what do we own? What do we not own? How much are we bringing in? How much are we spending? What can we do to put ourselves in the best financial space? What can me and my sibling do to make sure we have the highest head start in life? And how are we gonna get there? And how are we gonna be accountable for each other? This is an amazing thing to do, especially during an unemployment crisis. You can help each other out. If it's not an unemployment crisis, you need to do this anyway. I'm talking, have your Sunday dinner. After the Sunday dinner, wrap things up and talk about where are our finances sitting? Because, keeping your kids in the dark about your finances, keeping your spouse in the dark about your finances is incredibly worrying. If you let your spouse know what's going on, it's a lot more effective than if you hide things from them, because the truth always comes out. So you might as well sit down with them, have the discussion, so you can move forward together in the right direction. So thank you guys so much for listening today. These were my 5 ways to survive an unemployment crisis. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe so I know that you guys like my content. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.